everybody. Hello, hello. Happy May. This is going to be an epic month. I'm calling it already. I feel like this is going to be the 2025 March. January and February were a little bit not normal, a little bit slower than normal. And so I feel like now that we've come into like our full swing, that May is going to be like March, like last year's March and the previous March. That's what I'm calling. So I would like you guys to pipe in on the chat with your April wins and also your May goals. We're going to kick this off quickly because there's a ton of people sharing their stories. We had an epic month last month with rank ups. So congratulations to everybody that ranked up. This is going to be so fun. I wanted to remind you guys about the refresh bonuses. So if you are between silver and senior ruby, remember you can go and re-earn your rank up bonus by re-ranking. So I just wanted to remind everybody to be tracking their 2025 team and the development on that. So you can go re-earn your rank bonus. If you have questions about that, type it in the chat or ask your sponsor. So this is the last month to get those bonuses though. So don't leave the cash on the table for that. Also, we have the Trekker hat incentive. So you add 3 and we have the cash incentive. So make sure you guys are taking a peek at that. I'm encouraging everybody to go for 6 to 12. Why not set it at 12? Go for the 12. And I was telling Jacqueline earlier today, I'm like, you know what's standing between you and the 12? Conversations. That's what it is. Conversations. Simply that. And so I know, how do we create conversations? Well, one, you just start creating the conversations. We post, we host events, right? Don't forget about going live, like all the things. Don't forget about those simple things to help us move the things forward. It's not rocket science, right? And don't forget, we're wanting to encourage everyone to go to convention. Please come to convention. We have a 6-week sprint to convention. Basically, between now and the week of convention in June, we are working to get more people on board for coming to convention. And we're doing the each one get one. So if you have not registered for convention, go do that tonight and get your buddy to go register. Yeah. It's $49 if you have joined since November. It is discounted for you.
So convention's really awesome for many reasons, but it's super encouraging because you get to see teammates that you either haven't seen all year or ever. Some of them you get to meet for the first time, which is cool. And then you get to meet a lot of people within Plexus. And one of the neat things I've always thought about convention is that when you meet people, the cool thing about our, I guess, community within Plexus is that the people are just real people. Mm-hmm. I've always been encouraged with that. Like, so sometimes you maybe put somebody on a pedestal or something, and then you meet them, and you're like, yeah, they're about like me. Like, they're just normal people, and that's always been an encouragement to me. This year it's in Dallas. A lot of times it'll be in like Las Vegas or some big venue place like that, but it's in Dallas this year, which is really awesome. I really like that. And there's some really awesome announcements and things that will be kicking off in in June at the convention, and which will affect all of us if you let them. They're going to be I think pretty awesome. So
you're going to tell them what, Eric?
About what?
Say that, Eric. Eric.
Mm-hmm. You can.
Okay. So if you guys are familiar with the industry, Eric Worre is an icon in our industry, and Plexus, drum roll, I've been busting at the T-seams to tell you guys this, but Plexus has basically hired him as a consultant to help the field. So super pumped about that move. We are beyond thrilled. His book, Go Pro, was one of the very first books that we both read. If you have been in network marketing for any length of time, it is a highly recommended top read. So if you haven't read that book, go check it out. If you're not following him on Instagram, go start following him and gleaning his goodness. He is excellent. He has some really great things planned, a program that he's launched in other network marketing companies to help them basically launch into their next level of success. And so that is going to be coming at convention. And so right now we're driving to get attendance. That way he said today on the call, he's like, let's get everyone under one roof so we can all hear it at the same time. And so that is the goal. There is actually, we're encouraging everyone to get registered by May 15th. And then there's
Mhm.
going to be a call, and he's going to be on that call doing kind of a prep training before convention. And so if you didn't have a reason to go register for convention and get your people on board, now you do. So just a quick mention there to
One
work on that.
one thing I'd mention really fast about Eric Worre. So there's a lot of so it's really interesting in network marketing. There's a lot of people that have been successful in network marketing and then go on to launch training programs or coaching programs or whatever. And then there's others who weren't really that successful and they go on to launch training programs and coaching programs or whatever. And so so there's a lot of different options in network marketing. One of the neat things about Eric Worre is he is one of the ones who has succeeded on his own within network marketing
Mhm.
before going out and helping. He just, from what I understand, he really enjoys the industry, and there's a lot to enjoy about this industry. And I think that Plexus partnering with him is good for Plexus, and it's probably good for Eric Worre. I think we'll be a breath of fresh air to him, to be honest, because I honestly believe our culture within Plexus is just different
Yeah.
than other companies, and so. And I want all you guys to enjoy that and to see that. So really consider, pray about coming to convention. I don't think that you'll be disappointed.
Okay, alrighty. Well, we're gonna go ahead and kick off with stories. And the first one, I'm actually gonna turn it over to Lisa because Lisa Winters is going to introduce her friend and sweet best.
So excited about Eric Worre, you guys. And if you're not registered for convention, we got to get there, right? It's going to be great. So I have the privilege of introducing Vanessa Vey. Vanessa is a dear friend of mine. I've known her for many years. She just went Fast Start Silver in April. She is a multiple business owner, so she is very talented and very busy. So she's going to tell us her story and how she did it. So take it away, Vanessa.
Hey guys, I had to unmute there. It's really great to be on here. I'm shocked that I'm on here, but I'm super excited to be here. So the thing with this story is I didn't plan on being a business partner this time. I started I started selling the products like 3 years ago as a way to bond with my mom and my daughters. And I thought it would be a great way for me to teach them the business of network marketing. I did help grow an organization of over 300 people in my last company. And I had so much fun. It was a really good time. It was probably the most fun in business I've ever had. We did a lot of traveling. And that's really what I was looking for when Lisa had mentioned Plexus to me this time. But this time I came to her because I was running out of product. I was like, I need some protein and I really want to do a fast. But I was not interested in the business at all. I was like, I'm too busy. I own a stained glass art business. I'm like, running a music studio on the worship team, running growth track. Like I just have a lot of things going on. So when I ordered the product, I had a friend of mine ask me to do a fast with her. And then a personal trainer friend of mine suggested that I do a fast to reset my glucose level. She said, I think you are just addicted to sugar in a way that you just need to do a quick fast to just get that reset. And she said, reset. And I thought of Lisa. And I was like, oh, I should order reset. And so just so happened that I had one in my hallway and the dog moved it out of the way. So I found it on the floor in my hallway and it was like perfect timing. So I felt like that was a hint from the Lord to just take the product and start over. And so I did. And within 3 days, I lost 6 pounds. Within 8 days, I lost 9 pounds. And within 26 days, I've lost I'm up to 18 pounds now. I'm like, I lost the number of days, but it's like 18 pounds now. And it's just because I've been very consistently taking the products and realized that it was a gut issue and I had no idea. So all of that happened. So I did a post on Facebook of me walking my dog at my dad's house, and I had so many people message me and they're like, "You look so great. What are you doing?" And so I was like, "Well, let me tell you." And I had still no intention of selling the products or starting a business. I was going to give all the leads to Lisa. I was like, "Here, Lisa, will you sign these people up?" She's like, why don't you do it?" And I said, okay. I don't remember how. And so she walked me through the process of like signing up my first customer. And the first customer was a friend of mine who is a personal trainer. And he was like, "Your results are amazing. And I want that. I need to get protein anyway. Why don't I just order it from you?" And so that kind of steamrolled. All of a sudden, I was having all these conversations and I literally didn't know what I was doing. But um, the fire hit again of how fun this is and how easy these conversations can be. And so I don't know, I just like one led to another and I'm excited. So Lisa was like, "Yeah, we're going to go to Dallas." And Dallas has been on my bucket list of places to visit for about 5 years. And so as soon as she was like, "We just bought our ticket to Dallas," I was like, "I'm going to go to Dallas." I'm just going to go. And so I just bought my ticket within, I don't know, an hour. She sent me the picture of the flight and I just texted her back. I'm like, "Okay, so I bought my ticket to Dallas and I guess I'm going to conference." And it's just been one thing after another. So I'm having so much fun with this. And then a few days ago, Megan asked me to be on this call. So it's a little surreal. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm very excited to be here. I have 5 tips. Megan asked me to give you guys 5 tips, and I only have like a minute. So I'm just going to give you a couple. One is choose to be a professional. If you're going to have these conversations, ask a professional like Lisa and Megan. I'm not trying to do this by myself. I don't even know half the names of the products. Basically, I'm just like, "This works." And then I ask Lisa and Megan. So have a team and work with your people because they're really, we're here to support each other, I guess. And 2 is don't wait until you know everything to get started. I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just very excited and I was like, I know the protein works and I know there's a probiotic. So I'll talk about that. And so I just kind of fumbled my way in and Megan was like, "How about say this?" And Lisa's like, "How about do this?" And I was like, "Okay, so be coachable." That's number 3. If they suggest you do something, just have fun with it and do it. Doesn't matter if you fail forward, right? So I would just say have fun and don't take yourself too seriously because really it's all about helping people and having a fun time doing that. And then um, give up your expectations for appreciation. Be grateful for the wins and don't worry about having these high expectations of yourself. You don't have to think you're a salesperson and you don't have to think that you're going to do this or going to do that. Just give up the expectation for appreciation. Just appreciate the journey and wherever it is that you are on it, and then celebrate the small victories. So those are my tips, and I hope you enjoyed them. And I'm sure I'll meet all of you at convention.
Love it. Great job,
Awesome.
Vanessa.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing. So fun. Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Mic drop. I hope you're taking notes. If you're just hopping on, we're popping in the wins from April and May goals. All right. So get ready, buckle up, because we're going to hear some more amazing wins and tips from teammates. All right. Melody is going to go ahead and introduce Mary.
Hey, yes, I'm super, super thankful to get to introduce Mary to you guys. She is such a sweet leader on my team, and she is under Becky, who's not able to be on tonight. But Becky just went senior Ruby, so super, super excited! Woohoo, Becky! Wish she could be on tonight. We are so thankful and just proud of her. So I got to meet Mary then because of Becky, and they are sweet friends. They're local to each other, and I just love whenever I get to chat with Mary and work with her. So, friend, take it away.
Thank you, Melody. First of all, I just want to say I'm thankful to be here tonight, and I'm super pumped. As Melody said, I joined in November 2023. I was one of those skeptics. I had watched Becky for 4 years. I thought, no, no, it's not gonna happen. That's just a gimmick, you know. I said, nope. I finally called her and I said, Becky, we got to do something. I said, let's get this going. So I signed up and started taking in November of 2023. Saw results within a week. Loved it. So did not have a Facebook following, but I started sharing. And in 2024, I signed my first person. She signed her husband. I signed my husband. Signed some more. You know, long story short, last year I did get to senior silver. I'm slow and steady. I'm the tortoise. So I remained that all summer long. I did get as close to gold as 18 points one time, you know, and kept going. To say I got discouraged sometimes, yes, I did, but that's okay. We all get discouraged, and Sweet Melody and Becky and Megan, y'all picked me up and said, "You got this. Keep going, keep going. Don't give up. Keep the faith." And I did. And with that, Sweet Kirsten, she reached out to me. Well, I reached out to her in the fall of 2024, and I said, "Kirsten, what do you think about this?" She said, "Yeah, I've been watching, but with new baby on the way, I'm going to wait." I said, "Cool, that's fine. Just get with me." She reached out to me in January of this year. She said, "You know what? I go back to work in February. We got to do something with the rest of this baby weight, and I need some energy. Let's do this." So she signed up and started with the triplex and the reset. She had great results. And so she kept taking. And in April, she reached out. She said, "What do you think about me sharing?" I said, "I think that's great. Let's go over the details." And we talked and discussed it. And I said, "Think about it. Get back with me with some more concerns." And we talked some more. She said, "You know what? Let's do this." I said, "That would be great. Let's do it." So we went through the steps and she converted over. And honestly, I had that conversation, I'm pretty sure, with Kirsten in January because she is a nurse by profession. I said, "You would be great at this. You have such a caring soul." You know, I said, "You have the colleagues, the people to reach us. You would be great at this." And great she is. And I'm not going to bust that bubble before. I'm going to let her share what she did. So we're having so much fun sharing now. I did hit my goal mark last month and ended the month out with 157 points. So I'm getting closer. I have signed, I think, 2 this month and have a few more on the back burner, trying to get them to the front burner. I have had one to go ahead and start sharing, and she has signed up, you know, a VIP. So we're gonna keep pushing and sharing and loving it and having a great time so far. So now, without busting Kirsten's bubble and without further ado, my sweet friend Kirsten, it's all yours, sweet girl.
Hey guys, I'm Kirsten Alexander, and so as Mary said, and by the way, I love you, Mary. I started in January after having my second little boy, and decided it was time to do it. I put it off for lots of reasons, like I just don't have time and, all those things. But I decided to give it a shot. I've always had belly issues like constipation, bloating, awful cycles, migraines, just all the things that Mary and I'd seen people post about Plexus, like this is gonna help this. I'm like, no, it's not. But I'll try it anyways. And so I did, and I quickly realized like this is helping. Like I'm not bloated. I'm not bloated a week before my cycle. Like I just feel better, which that was after a reset and then just starting right into the triplex. And I quickly realized like, wow, I believe in these products. Like this is actually something that I could promote, like, I believe in this, but then I'm like, well, do I believe in myself? Like, do I believe in myself enough to do this? Like, what are people going to think? So that was like that first hurdle. of overcoming that fear. The first post was hard. I remember I reached out to Mary and was like, I think I'm ready to share. And I tapped a post and made a picture or posted with a picture, and I let my husband proofread it and watched his face because normally his facial expressions will show all. And so I watched his facial expressions as I was, um, he was reading my post and he posted it. And I was like, oh, well, here we go. We're doing this. Um, Honestly, the first post on, I don't know, maybe the first like 5 posts were hard. Just fear of like judgment. But I will say with the first post, it absolutely blew up. People asking me like, what have I been doing? Like, you look great. You just had a baby. But like it wasn't even about the weight loss for me. Like it was how I felt. Like I honestly tell people I feel better now than I did in high school. Like and I played all the sports. I played college softball and I was in shape, athletic, but don't remember feeling this good, honestly. So anyways, it just happened really fast. I was like, let's do this. And all of a sudden here I am and I'm fast start gold and now I'm pushing for senior gold. And I'm just having a lot of fun. I like helping people. So I'm on like, I don't know, 3 weeks of it. I think I signed like 17 people, or maybe, no, it was 19 people in like 12 days, which is really cool. Or so I've been told, really cool. And I'm finally getting like some feedback from people on like their wins, and like that makes it so worth it. Hearing that they feel so much better, um, and just saying thank you, like thank you for getting me started, and so thank you, Mary, for getting me started. But I would just say like have fun, put yourself out there. You just never know when somebody is looking for exactly what you have to offer. I've reconnected with like old high school friends like that I have not talked to in 13 years at this point just by sharing Plexus, and that's really cool. But now at this point, I'm just like along for the ride and seeing where it takes me, and I'm having fun doing it. Thank you guys.
Fun. Thank
Awesome.
you for sharing. It's so exciting to hear new stories from new people, fast start rank ups, new rank ups. It never gets old hearing people's stories. So thank you for sharing, girls. All right, Lisa Goodwin is going to introduce her girls. Well, Stacy first.
Okay, did you say Stacy is first? Okay, all right. So what a privilege to introduce these 2 girls. But Stacy, dear friend of mine, has an amazing journey with this product, and she was the first person that I immediately called because she was my friend and said, "You need this product. You need to try this. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but you need it." And so excited for her, for you to hear from her. She has a great team and she's doing awesome. So I'll let her take over.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, sorry, I couldn't tell. I'm Stacy Hopkins, and Lisa's one of my dear friends, and she is definitely the one that introduced me to these products, and I am so happy she did. Let me tell you, I have went through a lot over the past probably 5 years. Some of you know my story, some of you don't. I had COVID really bad. I had a lot of symptoms, chronic fatigue, back pain, numerous symptoms, been to many doctors, on many drugs, and couldn't get past the fatigue, couldn't get past many things. I work in the healthcare field, so it made it really difficult. I do x-ray and ultrasound in a doctor's office, so I saw the doctor more than I would ever like to in my entire life within 1 year. And I was off of work for it took me almost an entire year to get back to work full time. And Lisa introduced me to the products, like she said, and I went to a sip and learn, and I listened to a lot of great testimonials, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to I'm ready to try it. I was willing to try anything at that point in time because I had such bad symptoms that I'd been to so many specialists, everything, and couldn't overcome it. And I'm like, 60 days, money back guarantee. Why not? What's it going to hurt? I spent so much money on so many other things. Sure. So fast forward, I started probably last August. So probably 8 months in, I am down 30 pounds. I have no more hot flashes. I have my chronic fatigue is finally gone. I don't have to take naps every day. I feel better than I did probably in my 20s and 30s. I mean, I just feel amazing. And when I started, I thought, no, I'm not sharing this. I'm not going to do that. I've done that before, did marketing and stuff before, and did not want to do it. And once I got past it, and once I started the products and started feeling as good as I do, I'm like, I want everybody to feel as good as I do because it's just amazing. So I started sharing. Lisa asked me to share, and I'm like, that was a big fear to overcome. One day she just sent this quick message to me, and she's like, hey, I got a great idea. You want to hear it? And I'm like, we're great friends, best friends, So I'm like, oh, what's she got up her sleeve now, And I had no idea it had anything to do with Plexus. She's like, hey, what if I write a little story, write your story up? Would you post it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I did. And from there, it's just exploded, went on. And I've got a great team. I started out, well, like everybody else, started out with a couple people, got to silver, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's been so much, I've had so much fun with everyone that I've met. And so then from there, I finally went to senior silver, and then she's like, you got this, you can go gold. And I'm like, I don't know. Well, this past month I reached gold, and I would say one of the biggest things that helped me reach my goals was I always set a reminder on my phone. I follow up with my customers, and I set it in my calendar to remind me, hey, check in with such and such on this day. I make sure that way if they have any product issues, I can get that out of the way, get dosages correct. I also put every single one of my customers in a 3-way with my sponsor, Lisa. So that way she gets to know them as well as I do. And if I have anything that, of course, I don't know everything about them by any means about the products. And that was one of my biggest fears to get over too. Lisa's like, I got you, I got your back. And she has every single time. If I need anything, I reach out to her. So I put her in these 3 ways. And that way, if I don't know the answer, she does, and she jumps in, and it has worked out great so far and haven't had any problems. And I've had a lot of the people that I've got on my team have been friends and colleagues that have worked with me and have saw the results that I have had because they know how bad I was suffering before because my quality of life was terrible before it was, and it has increased so much. It's been amazing, and I love it, and I'll never go off these products. And I hope I can get as many people as possible on them because I think they're great and everybody should be on them. So I will kick this back to Lisa. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, so yes, and Stacy, I just have to say that her team, like she had a silver, she had yes, she had 2 silvers. She's developed 2 silvers, and so those were friends, and they've been really self-starters too. So she's just led them, like they just know what to do. Like they just were like, oh, there's somebody else, because that's exactly how Stacy's been. She's just like, I'm like, oh, there's an email. There we go. There's another one. So that duplication is definitely there. And I love that. So now I get to introduce Trisha Allen, and Trisha is an old high school friend from with Stacy and I, both of us. But Trish reached out to me, and I had no idea that Trish she is the supplement queen. Like she has got this mastered, it just came very natural for her to step in to this business. And she has another business, and she can tell you all the details on how gold came to be for her. But so proud of her, and I'm going to just turn it over to her and let her have it.
Hey everyone, I love hearing everybody's stories. They all resonate with me. I love the community. As Lisa said, I'm Trisha Allen, and I would say I started my health journey probably about 4 years ago. I started going to a naturopath because I was tired of being tired, feeling blah and basically just not normal anymore. It's been a major learning experience and a slow, major learning, a slow step-by-step process, but she has helped me to feel good and I guess somewhat normal. She's told me so many articles and books to read, and I just keep learning and educating myself. So that kind of goes back to the supplement thing that Lisa talks about. I just want to learn. Whether it's good, bad. I have learned so much about hormones, thyroid, insulin, sugars, how to eat. And one of the huge things was gut health. And I was kind of watching Lisa talking about gut health, and I was like, And I just kept watching, and I'm like, then finally I'm like, I've got to do this. I loved how it didn't just help your gut, it helped heal your gut. And I was immediately interested. And I love to learn everything about Plexus. And I had to try it. And as soon as I started it, I'm like, I've got to share this. I want to help other people feel better and in a natural way, just with good supplements, vitamins, minerals, and everything like that. So I began to share immediately. Makes it somewhat easy. I always tell Lisa, I just feel like I've got lucky. And Lisa's like, it's not luck. But I own a salon and I talk to people all day long. And I've talked about vitamins and supplements for so long now that now I just started talking Plexus because they're just such good supplements and it's so easy to talk about and tell them about how amazing these products are to every single person that walks in my door, kind of if they want to or not, they get to hear me anyway. I feel like this is my passion for wanting to help people feel better. I think that is what's helped me climb in my business, along with hopping on these trainings right here and listening to everyone talk about themselves and how they have helped themselves as well. As for overcoming fears, this is a big one for me. Having that camera on, that is not my thing. On here talking, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. So being in front of you guys today has been a huge fear of mine. And have I overcome it? Probably not, because I'm like shaking in my boots right now, talking in front of all of you. But you guys make it look so easy. And I'm just like, my hands are probably shaking right now. But anywho, moving on, I would say that my tip for ranking up is to be yourself. Let the people see how genuine you are and how passionate you are about these products, and every one of your stories about how it's helped you. That is what gets them to trust you, and they just want to listen. So I'm going to turn it back to Megan, Lisa, but
Okay.
thanks guys.
Yes, love hearing your story.
Very good.
So Trisha went gold also.
Yep.
So congratulations, Trisha, Stacy, all the girls. And I'm so proud of you guys for doing it scared, for hopping on our big team call and sharing. I know that's going to encourage other people. So you did the brave thing tonight, and we're so proud of you for that. Do you have anything else you want to pipe in real quick?
Nope.
Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and end this call, but we're going to hop on the next call because Carissa is actually we're at the same link. I'll just end the recording, actually. You can stay on. But Carissa is going to do a rank up strategy call. So fast track to 6 figures. If you guys want to stay on for this, highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, and we'll have this as recording too for anyone that wants to get this recording.